Hello, our followers and people who couldn't find anything better to watch, and then you're gonna watch us. You are on Israel is You, and as always, Victor. And today we're gonna talk about Russian immigrants, who we are. And by saying Russian, I'm not saying Russian from Russia. I'm talking about post-Soviet Union republics, Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, and so on and so on and so on. What we're doing here, and should you guys be afraid, or should you guys gonna be supposed to be happy? I mean, obviously you're supposed to be afraid because the Russians are scariest white people, but we're gonna go deeper in a moment. Once again, Israel is You, Victor is here. So as I spoke before, I came to this country, United States, some time ago. It was over 20 years ago, and why did I do speak for myself? First of all, I want to step back and I said, like, I will speak for myself. So if you know, some people do disagree with me, that's absolutely normal. I mean, just my opinion. But I would probably say I do talk for majority of the immigrants who came from post-Soviet Union to United States. Number one, why we came here. I mean, yeah, it was the waves of the immigration from Soviet Union or post-Soviet Union, beginning from 70s. It was the first wave, then 80s, closer to late 80s, beginning of 90s, that was the second. And the third large wave, it was end of 90s. And I came in 1996 or 1997. So why do we came to United States? Obviously, and majority of the people, when they're applying for paperwork, they use the different states. I mean, some people are saying, oh, well, that's my religious views are different in Russia, and I want to be here because they're not going to prosecute me, or political views or anything else. In my opinion, that's what we think, but that's not really true. All we want to do from the country where we used to live and move to United States. And that's true. That's a true statement, and most of the people will agree with me. But that's a not bad thing. I mean, yeah, I'm an immigrant, or now I'm a citizen for a long time already. When I just came to United States, I didn't know anything about anything. I didn't speak any English. I didn't know about any political views, or did I care? All I care, I need to buy food and provide to my family. So I was working. I was working 3 jobs. I'm not complaining. I was actually happy. For me, I did enjoy every single moment of what I was doing. Yeah, I was sleeping 4 or 5 hours a day, and I was okay with that stuff. So number one, the post-Soviet Union immigrants, they do come here not because of they're gays or not gays, they're Jews or not Jews, or they hate Putin. No, that's what they use to get to United States. But it's nothing wrong with that stuff. They just love United States for what it can provide it to you. And people who was born here, and generations of people who was born here, they just have no idea what they have, because we live in different countries. So number one, legal or illegal immigrants from post-Soviet Union is good or not? In my opinion, it is good. But that's going to be interesting. They develop. So with the years, they live here, they become they become citizens, they work, they make more money. And what is separating us from people who were born in the United States? First of all, from post-Soviet Union, at least back in 90s, people who was immigrating in the United States, they were professional specialists. They're trade people. We're talking about, look around you. Like, I live in Chicagoland. And it is actually a very unique separation about which country does what. So people who came from Belarus, which used to be one of the republics of Soviet Union, now it's an independent country. It's a trade people. Majority of the people, they're in HVAC industry or construction industry, so they're trade people, they're highly professional people, they own their businesses, they pay their taxes. People from Ukraine, same. Also, I would say probably half of the Ukrainians, they are truck drivers, which is critically important for the United States. I mean, we have a lot of trucks. The railroads is not as progressed in the United States as in Europe, so we deliver the product by trucks. Here it's truck drivers come to the play. Also it goes for Lithuanians and Latvians. They are trade people. So we're highly educated, we know what we're doing, we pay our taxes, again. But we need to look it up on, it's not only economical side of the immigration, also it's a political side of immigration. So we make money, we pay taxes, we don't bother anybody. Most of the Russian immigrants, they live in their community and their communities, but like take me for example, I moved to the different areas and I just I do mind my own business, and as long as nobody bother me, I don't really care about what's going on around me. Speaking about my fellows, friends from post-Soviet Union republics. Now let's see how the political views changing or not changing from legal immigrants. So when you're becoming to the United States, you don't really care about any politics. You don't care about Democrats, Republicans, anybody. You just working and you're providing the family. Then years, I was talking about probably 4 to 7 years spread, and obviously it takes you travel to United States and green card. It will take you another 3 to 4 years, actually to be exact 4 to 5 years to become a citizen. So before that you don't really have a right to vote or anything. So also you're developing as a person who live in your country, and specifically in the United States. So you start watching TV, you're reading the newspapers, and you became more curious about what's going on in the United States. And typically and traditionally, new immigrants, and I'm talking about new immigrants not from the day first, I'm talking about new immigrants after they receive the citizenship, they do become Democrats. I was a hardcore Democrat, and it is a good reasons why. I mean, they provide, in my opinion, in my eyes, Democrats, they are standing for middle class, so they want to make sure I don't pay higher taxes, I have my health insurance, my kids are going to the good school, and so on and so on and so on. Then it takes you another 5 to 7 years, so average from the moment when you move to the United States, and then you start changing your political views, it takes about, I would say, 15 years. And this only if you're actually, not living within your post-Soviet Union community. If you actually assimilate and you live between Americans, then you start actually looking deeper, and then it's actually for, politics. That's where your mistake is. And then when a lot of immigrants, they're changing their views rapidly from being the Democrats to the hardcore Republicans. And the reason why, because we start ask questions. So we get more educated, we know a lot more about what's going on within the country when people don't really talk about it. And we start having our opinion and raising our voices. So we're not only okay. So before, like when you came in the United States, you're okay with paying taxes. When you live for so many years, you start asking yourself where these taxes are going. Because naturally, the more you live, the more you make money if you're smart. And when you actually coming to the point when you're paying, 33+% of your income to the taxes, you're asking yourself, hey, where the money going? Are they going in the right channels? And that's when story is flipping. Then when immigrants become from Democrats to the Republicans. So that's a second overview, and for our viewers, just letting you know how the immigrants work here. I mean, as of right now, population of the United States is about, what, 330, 340 million people. And if you're going to look it up, 2018, 2019 data, not naturalized immigrants, or people who came on green card or received political, because of their political views, it's over 40. It's about 44, 45 million people. Plus we have another closer to 20 million of illegal immigrants. So we're talking about 65 million people are immigrants, legal or illegal, out of 340 million people. That's a huge part of population of the United States. And I do consider myself as a true patriot. We do become patriots here, and again, once again, I do speak for myself and for, I would say, majority of the people who came here from the post-Soviet Union era. We're patriots, hardcore, true patriots of United States. And with everything what's going on right now, our heart is bleeding. We're worried about the country for one simple reason. It's called resemblance. We do see a lot of resemblance from what we saw back in Soviet Union and what we start seeing here in the United States. That's the reason why you can and you must rely on us. We are here to support the country. We love this country, and thank you everybody who been watching us. You're on Israel is You, and peace.